The last major consideration here, as far as transportation cost goes, is how is it transported? Does the product get transported by ship, by rail, by truck, by air? And again, a lot of that is going to depend on the product itself. Trucks are most often used for short distance delivery, usually a day or less. Truck shipping can be pretty expensive. So generally, you're going to be using the 18 wheeler, if you will, transportation, generally for like the last part of a journey of a product, getting it out to the consumer market. Trains are useful for longer distances. They don't need to make frequent stops. And they can just haul a lot more in a single journey. So trains tend to be cheaper. Trains tend to be kind of the ground transportation, uh, my brain isn't working this morning as I wanted to. Trains are the ground transportation of choice, generally speaking, for the majority of the distance of the shipping of a product. If a water route is available or if it is necessary, shipping transportation is attractive for very long distances because the cost per kilometer is pretty low. A ship, of course, you can load a lot on, right? So the transportation cost on on a ship is about as cheap as it gets, if there is, a water route available. It's why even inside the United States, the Mississippi River is so heavily used because it just makes good shipping sense financially. Air is normally the most expensive form of transportation for all distances. So really only for small bulk or high value packages are you going to see air transportation used. Yeah, for your luxury items, and that's about it. Um, Realistically speaking, the journey of any given item might require two or three of these transports for a single item. What needs to be minimized, though, is what we call break of bulk points. This is the break of bulk point, one more time, is what it's called. Break of bulk, BULK. Your break of bulk point is the location where transfer among transportation modes is possible. Your break of bulk point is where, for example, you're going to shift from carrying something by ship to carrying it by rail, if that makes any sense. You want to minimize the number of break point bulk points because the cost rises every time that inputs or products are transferred from one mode of transportation to another, because you've got to pay people to do the loading and unloading. So it's really expensive part of the journey. It's oftentimes cost effective to locate right near a break of bulk point, especially if it's a bulk gaining industry. Uh, just locate the factory as close to that break of bulk point as possible. There is a little trick though in reducing the costs that are incurred at break of bulk points, and that trick is called containerization. Containerization is reducing the cost because you can move a container from a rail car to a ship to a truck fairly easily, and you didn't have to pay people to load and unload it, right? So it ultimately saves you a lot of money. But you'll notice that these containers that you saw on the container ship or on rail cars or on a truck, these containers are built to kind of be one size fits all from form of transportation to form of transportation. And when you containerize, that definitely saves a lot of money. So obviously, as you can see, there's a lot that goes into planning the location of especially a manufacturing facility, because transportation is a very complex topic. And if you are in a business where you are trying to minimize transportation costs more than anything else, these are the factors that you need to take into consideration. All right, that's all for today, guys. Hopefully you have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.